What's up, everybody? It's Luciana here. Stop connecting yourself to negative people. Stop aligning yourself with toxic people. You're complicit in their BS, their nonsense. Somebody wants to argue all the time. Somebody wants to put you in all sorts of drama. You need to stay away from those people. They're not good for your well-being, your mind, your soul. They disrupt your spirit. They got you believing a lie. No one deserves to be treated, disrespected, and involved in stuff that's not going to encourage, empower, inspire you. You gotta let them people go. If they don't want nothing in life, take theirs and move on. If they don't want it, you take it and move on. Now, not by force. What I mean by that, let me explain. You have a goal in mind. You want to be a millionaire. You want to start a business. You want to do whatever. Stop waiting for other people to do it with or for you. They're talking about stuff that's not going to bring you closer to your goal. You got to let them go. You got to let them go. You can't involve yourself in people's drama. People have it. If you're involved in someone else's drama, you're not dealing with your own life, your own circumstances, because you're caught up in their movie, the sequel, the remake, all of it. Stop being a cast member in their series. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. You got to do better. If you constantly see that person's name pop up on your phone and you saying, what fresh hell is this, that's a problem. Or if you just don't want to answer it, you just don't want to answer it. Some people can text you 10 times. What do you want? The first time you should be able to convey what you want. I'm not going back and forth and argue with people. I'll shut you down in the text. I'll shut you down real quick because I don't have time for it. I don't want to deal with that. Or I just don't answer my phone. I don't have to block you. I don't have to block you. That's unnecessary. I'm just going to tell you I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to respond with your text. I'm going to respond to a text where you get what I'm saying. I responded the other day to a text to somebody. They started with the shenanigans. And I said, don't ruin my day. Don't start with that nonsense. Don't ruin my day. Have a nice one, sir. That's it. I'll check on you. I'll make sure you're good. But if you with the foolery, I'm not going to partake in that. I'm not going to do that. You know, I deal with people on a daily basis. I don't want to deal with all that controversy and conflict. Life is hard. Life is really, really hard. But sometimes we make that bed really, really hard because we will not get a new mattress. We won't change the sheets. We just put bricks under the mattress. I mean, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to deal with that. We are inundated with bullshit information on a daily basis. And you don't think you internalize it and, you know, it affects your daily living? It does. It does. From the news to your job to your family to your relationships, it all affects it. Because if you're feeding your soul negativity, guess what? You're going to produce negativity. When you practice positivity and that energy, I mean, you have to give it as well as you want to receive it. That means you can't put negative shit out in the air. You can't do it. I don't argue with adults. Don't have to. I don't argue. I don't even entertain it. I speak my mind. If you don't like it, it's not my problem. You're going to get what you deserve at the time based on the answer or the response you're giving me. Let me tell you a story real quick. You know I have stories. So I'm getting a manicure. Getting a manicure. I'm sitting next to this woman. And you could already tell that's her thing. Older lady, you know, she's been getting her nails done for years. I can't stand when people say, oh, you know, these are my nails, but you put acrylic on it. Whatever. You're putting a chemical base on your nails. So if you took the acrylic off, your nails would be paper thin. I don't really care. I'm just saying, we got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. Give shout out to the people who wear their natural nails. You know who I'm talking about. You can tell. But anywho, I'm watching the TV because I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't engage in that. So she was talking to the Asian lady. Of course, they clean underneath your nails, and she was like, instead of telling the lady straight up, don't clean underneath my nails, I don't like that. She allowed her to do it, and then she got mad and started complaining and questioning the lady. When all she had to do is say, don't do that. I don't like that. You know that when you're going in. But you wait until she got 3 nails in, and you want to argue with her. My nails, you're going to make them paper thin. And so she wanted me to agree with her. I kept watching TV. I'm not going to engage in that because, number one, you can open your mouth and talk. If I don't want you to do something, I'm going to tell you don't do it. Don't care. You're paying your money. You have the right to say, I don't like that. Don't do that. That I don't like that feeling. Nobody goes underneath there. Okay? Well, we don't need to know that. But if you got shit underneath your nails, it's disgusting. You need to clean that out. I don't care if you're natural nails or artificial nails. You need to clean underneath your nails. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to eat anything that you cook if you got dirt under your nails or whatever you got underneath there. But you can just tell she was a complainer. I wasn't giving in to that. She didn't know how to respond to that because she's so used to people agreeing with her, or I'm pretty sure she is. That's why she was that way. I'm like, I stay focused. I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to even say that. Well, you right and do it, girl. No, I'm not doing all that. I don't like something. I'm gonna tell you I don't like it, and that's it. That's it. Point blank. Don't do that. I know I don't like that. They're professionals. They're saying it's not making your nails thin underneath. You say it does. Well, you know what? Then you need to do your nails at home. Then she started asking about eyelashes and eyebrows, and the lady that was doing my manicure said, she got her, tattooed on, and she said it cost $500. And she said something that was very profound, effective, and I like her mindset. She said, I'm putting this on my face. So I'm going to spend the money because I'm putting this on my face. People can see it. The lady next to me was like, oh, I just paid somebody $150. $500, $150. She said, the lady that's doing my manicure said, oh, well, I only go once a year. And then after that, I go when I feel like I need it touched up. I thought you didn't have to do it. To be honest, I thought once you get them tattooed, you're done. But apparently, you got to go back. You get them touched up if you so choose. And so she was the lady next to me, African American lady. And I'm not saying that people of color are difficult. I'm just saying the lady have to be next to me with African American or black, person of color, woman of color. So I'm like, okay. And so she said, well, I just go somebody who pay $150. So you're going to spend $150 and somebody putting a permanent tattoo or permanent ink on your face, so you're not worth finding somebody that may charge you a little more that of a better quality. I'm not saying the person that's paying $150 is not. I'm not saying that. But I tend to think like, why are you paying $150 for something that's going to go? People can see your face. They see it first. That's why I don't understand why people don't go to the dentist. They see it first when you open your mouth. Anywho, I like saying anywho, because I'm a hoot. But anyway, I had to say that. For some reason, I like to say that. I just don't get it. But you know what? That's fine. I'm not going to agree with you. I'm not going to agree with you. I'm not going to do that because I really believe if it's my face is my calling card, I'm going to protect it. I'm not going to put no nonsense, no BS on my face. And I'm not going to let everybody work on my face. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen, pumpkin. But what I'm saying is, you surround yourself. I'm pretty sure her circle is small, and they all complain. They all complain like that. Because I couldn't take that. I'm like, why are you always complaining? Why you always got something negative to say? I don't want to hear all that. I don't. I address situation, I move on. And then, again, you change your circumstances around you by the way that you respond to that. By me ignoring her, she kind of like, oh, this is not going anywhere. Oh, so what color are you getting? And I start talking positively about certain things and asking questions, steering her away from the negative nonsense that she wanted to put out in the universe. Because all you're going to do is take that with you wherever you go. Now, if you're in pain, pain is a motivator. Pain is an attitude. I'm going to tell you why pain is an attitude. Because you being pain got an attitude, and everybody else is going to be affected by your pain and your attitude because you have an attitude. That everybody's going to be affected. If you know you got a problem, why are you going to go out there with everybody else and put that on other people? You don't feel well, stay your ass at home. You're insecure, get some security. No one can validate you more than you can validate yourself. No one can affirm you if you don't affirm yourself. But everybody wants to feel sorry for themselves or people to feel sorry for them, but then they want to be angry and bitter and pissed. The next, no, stop doing it. I see couples argue. Why keep arguing? Men don't argue as much as women do. Women just fuss. Men say, like, it's whatever. But you're getting tired of that. You got some men who'll say, oh, this is the way it is. What? And I'm supposed to be complicit in that? Man, going with all that. Going with all that. I don't want to hear all that. I like to have conversation. I like to come to an agreement. Agree to disagree and move on. We tend to go back and forth. We tend to put more on the other person than we don't put on ourselves. It's okay to walk away from the BS. It's okay to say, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this ever. Tired of it. My life is not a reality show TV. Don't nobody care, really. I mean, when you think about it, nobody really care about you the way you care about yourself. And if you don't care about yourself and what you put yourself through, allow yourself to go through, then who's going to do it for you? You're your number one fan. You're your biggest cheerleader. You are. You don't need somebody to tell you you're handsome, you're beautiful. You should know it. If you want to change something about yourself, go ahead. You don't need acceptance and validation from anybody else. You want to do it, do it. You want to do it, be the best version of yourself every single day. But you got to learn. You got to learn. You got to learn from your mistakes, and you got to be willing to be teachable or to be taught. Life has a way of teaching us all a lesson. Like I always say, karma will always find his or her way home. It will. So that's why I try not to put out there what I don't want to receive back. People that don't have the same work ethic as me. I work. I could sit there and complain and complain and complain about them not doing work. And it goes on deaf ears, right? Or I could say this to a person. I go there, do my job. Can I help you? Absolutely not. Why? Because you don't help me, so why should I help you? Well, we're co-workers. I don't like the way you get down. I don't like the way you handle your work business. Therefore, I'm not going to help you. I think your work is sloppy, and I don't want to be associated with that. Oh, wow. That's how you stop somebody. They tell you, I don't know. I say this, what do you know? Tell me what you do know. Because you've been doing this for a minute. What do you know? And if you can't answer that question, maybe this is not the job for you. Because you're unwilling to learn. You want to be spoon-fed everything because you want to dummy yourself down because it's easier to play stupid and dumb than to learn and grow. That's some people's mentality. I'm not going to be with you with that. I'm going to tell you how it is and move on. I'm not going to sit there and play this game with you. I don't have time for it. Children, you have to, kind of coddle. I don't believe in this, where people are making their kids be older or act more mature than they are. If they're 5, they need to act like a 5-year-old. If they're 10, 10-year-old. A 15-year-old, a 15-year-old. Never got with the program with people making kids responsible for things. They're already going to be responsible when they get an adult. But guess what? You have some adults that have a child mentality because they never was given a childhood. They never was. They had to grow up really quick. And so they are selfish and self-centered sometimes. They do go out there and blow their whole check on something. They do take from others because they learn how to do that as a child to get what they want. They saw manipulation by their parents or whoever raised them. Think about it. So you got a bunch of spoiled, misbehaved, not mature adults out there pretending to be adults because they're of a legal age. They never had a childhood. That's why they argue. Kids argue, fight, don't be your friend, and move on. Kids are honest, and they're also liars because they learn how to manipulate you. And if you're good as a child, you're going to be great as an adult, as a liar. Because you've been doing it so long, it's embedded in you. That's why I tell people don't lie when the truth will do. Even if it's inconvenient or it hurts, you owe it to people and you owe it to yourself to be honest and deal with the consequences. You don't want to be with that person? Tell them. Tell them. Be honest. Don't try to sit there and do stuff and act like, oh, I'm just going to sneak around. Tell them, hey, you'll be surprised how many people are willing to accept it. You'll be surprised how many women, men will accept it because it's the way you portray it. It's the way you put it out there. It's all about your approach and your confidence. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to sit there and mess around with you. I'm telling you, I want to be with you. In the story, and for all those people that ask this dumb question, tell me if there's somebody else. Why should I tell you if it's somebody else? Does it matter? If it is, you're still going to rock with me, right? It doesn't matter if I have somebody else. So why are you asking me that question? You're the only person right now. Right now, you're the only person. In my presence, you are the only person. Now, tomorrow, I cannot say where you're going to be the only one. People will be floored. People will be floored. That's why some people just say single. But you be single, but you be honest. When I say you're single, you're honest, say, look, I'm not trying to do none of this. Don't ask me about my personal business because it's none of your business. What we do right now is what we do. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy this moment. Stop worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, it's different if you made a vow. And I'm not talking about a moral vow where you're just saying we're committed to each other and we don't need a piece of paper, we don't need a church to make it official. Yes, you do. But that's another conversation for another day. I just say stay single if you want to do it. Because being single ain't a bad thing. You have a responsibility as being a single person. You have a responsibility to yourself. You have the responsibility to be a good person. You have a responsibility to take care of your business. But I am not responsible for your happiness, your joy, and your peace. Because I'm not responsible for that. Whether you have money or whether you don't. Whether your bills are paid or not, that's not me. You get sick, as a friend, I'm concerned. As a friend, I'm concerned. But I'm not obligated to take care of you. I learned that. My father instilled that in me years ago. Nobody is obligated to take care of you. We were when you were a child, you're an adult. So that means if you get sick and there's nobody there to take care of you, guess who's going to go to the doctor? Guess who's going to get medicine? Now, if you're gravely sick or something like that, that's a different story. But I have been there where I have gotten sick and had to go to the store and get my own medication. And I would lay it down. And I fought to get better. I didn't blame other people for not coming taking care of me. Didn't do it. I laid in the bed, prayed, and trusted the Lord that I was going to get better. It's not a for better, for worse situation. And sometimes we hold our friends or situations with those type of vows for better, for worse, in sickness and health. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. If you sick and you're in my presence, I'm gonna make sure you're good. But I'm not obligated to call you every day. I'm not obligated to bring you something. Not even the friend obligation. No. But that's what it is, you know? That's what it is. That's what it's about right now. You got to block it out. You got to say enough. I'm not going to deal with that. At some point, I have to have a life that is filled with love, peace, and joy. There's going to be some rough patches, fine, but I'm not going to be responsible for your happiness. I'm not going to be responsible for your pain. I don't know what they did to you in the past, but I'm not going to pay for something else someone else did. You need to seek help. Don't involve yourself in a situation with another person if you're not mature, as my dad would say, to handle that. You gotta stop doing that. Everybody is not responsible for your pain. People are not responsible for your happiness. They're not. What she did, what he did, is unfortunate, but that's life. You're not going to get good people all the time. You're not. It's just the way the world works. You can be the best person. Don't necessarily mean you're going to get the best. It just doesn't. Do you deserve it? Well, it depends. It's like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It truly is. Behold, here I am, confident that he didn't make a mistake. So every imperfection, everything you see was designed and created. Did I add to it? Probably. Should I have? Probably not. But I did. So that being said, I'm going to enjoy this day, enjoy this life. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I have to constantly deal with the negative forces that are out there. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm not going to validate you because somebody else mistreated you. Somebody else spoke out against you. Someone else didn't treat you the way that you wanted to be treated because you didn't command it, demand it, expect it. Nah, I'm not doing that. Not going to argue with people over things that I can't control. I can't control the weather. I can't control how other people treated you, I should say. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be responsible for that. Not going to be responsible. So, that being said, be good to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be good to you. Stop acting and stop waiting for the best to come. Nobody else want it, you take it. The opportunities that is awarded to us, we all get 24 hours in one day. We all get it. We wake up, we do what we're supposed to do, or we do what we want to do, or we don't do nothing at all. But at the end of the day, it was your 24 hours to live. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You only have 24 hours. If you had 24 hours truly to live, would you live your best life? Would you really listen to and surround yourself with the nonsense and the BS that comes with it? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't die miserable. So why live miserable? Why? And that is with people too. Cut the toxic people off. Cut them off. You'll be a better person for it. Thank you for joining Conversation with Luciana. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys listening. You guys been great. Been great. I was on fire. I like to say that because it gives me some type of joy. It makes me laugh. I'm not a negative person by nature. Really not. I try to support, encourage, empower people. As I encourage you, I encourage myself. Thanks for joining Conversation with Luciana. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram, convo_with_Luciana, or you can my personal page, Luciana. I'm always on there. That's where my kids are with the shenanigans, and I watch them. Um, or wherever you find your podcast, hook me up. Hook me up meaning share my podcast with people. All right, I appreciate you guys. Have a great one. I will talk to y'all manana. Peace, blessings, and love. I'm out.